I can remember a conference at Middlebury College some years ago in which they were laying out these plans for how they would manipulate the poor in order to get them to do this, to do that. And I said, who are we to be running these people's lives? And they looked at me as if I were a man from Mars.
From the rubble of our collapsed neighborhood I climbed. I found ground zero and followed the electric lines. They ran miles from the blast and under high gates. In a room padded by degrees where men legislate. I pled they keep us unwashed out of their dreams and schemes, but they couldn't hear over their chewing the nation's support beams. So I just blended back into the scenery and tried to get a sense of what fueled their feeding frenzy. Here they come, pushing empty wheelchairs, who say with a gun that they are here to care. And their embrace has the warmth of sap and snares. They've got vision, but why they got snakes for hair? I found their designs wasn't just for how the world should be, but that we lesser submit to their expertise. The end result of what they pushed seemed not to matter, but their passions and intentions was their sole moral measure. And yet when one of us got past their guards and chauffeurs screaming, you turned our kids into brainwashed monsters, the conductors wiped their prints off of their mess and fingered saboteurs as wrecking all their progress. Here they come, pushing empty wheelchairs, who say with a gun that they are there to care. Their embrace has the warmth of sap and snares. They've got vision, but why they got snakes for hair?
The problems that we see in the world are due to the fact that other people are just not as bright or as compassionate as they are. There are all these solutions out there waiting to be discovered. They have them. And that these solutions that are being imposed upon the rest of us by the power of government, through taxation or in other ways. But the very idea of testing these notions against facts is what's so lacking among those with the vision of the anointed. They take a stand, they go on the side of the angels, and that's the end of it. They put themselves on a different moral plane. People like me are regarded as being not merely in error, but in sin. So it's not enough to say that Sowell may be all right, but I don't agree with his views. It must be shown that I am a terrible person. There's a four-stage pattern. And the first stage is what I call the crisis. And so we're hyped to believe that something is a terrible crisis for which something must be done. Very often, the thing that's said to be in crisis has often been getting better for years on end. But that gets ignored. Then stage two is the solution. You have a solution for this crisis. And then at that point you say, if we do this, this will lead to beneficial result A. The critics say no, it'll lead to detrimental result Z. Stage three, you put it into the results, and directly you find detrimental result Z. And then stage four is in which they simply say, no, that doesn't prove that this was a bad policy, because there are many factors. So it's heads I win, tails you lose.
They're very generous, but only with stolen cash. They make the claim to speak for the oppressed and the weak. But if these folks have their own mind, dissent is an unforgivable crime. We'll know them by their glare, anointed oil in their hair. It gets into their eyes, the whole world looks victimized, making problems worse than they were, then claiming that they are the cure. What's so lacking in their own souls that other lives they have to control? Why can't they just leave us alone and keep their cancers in their own home.